fucker, I will end you. Friendly! Not friendly, it's gun game.
It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. It's giving cat vibes.
I'm not the one in charge. That's all my wife. That's all her. Welcome in, everybody. This is a new podcast that me and my two friends here are putting together. This is Crash, and this is Cat. We'll do introductions here in a second. This podcast is the More Than Parents podcast. Guys, we plan on going forward talking to you guys just on a ground level from the viewpoints of married couples, parents, and people who just love to game and just enjoy themselves away from the significant others and children. Because I think a lot of people in today's day and age forget to do those things. They forget to kind of sit back, take a breath, relax, and remember that they also have a life, and they have to do everything they can to obtain it. That being said, my name is Aztecan. On most social medias, it's Aztecan59. I'm a streamer, I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I work full time, do all kinds of stuff, make content. And these are my bestest of friends right here. Crash, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, I'm Crash Laverne. Most people just call me Crash. I bartend on the weekends. I stream at night after my kids go to bed, and I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3.
Nice. Matt, welcome.
I was just gonna say that the guys are gonna be really jealous when they hear you say that these are your besties. I
That's
just
fine.
want to throw that out there.
They know their place.
My name is Katza Gemini. A lot of people just call me Katza, or Cat. You can more than welcome to call me Cat. I am also a streamer. I stream to Twitch. I am a mom to 3 crazy kids. I'm a wife, and I also work full time as in healthcare.
Nice.
And yeah, that's about me. I'm
Super
really
awesome.
nervous.
Yeah, you are. So, as most of you listeners can hear, and this podcast is not going to be about gaming and streaming, so don't click away from the video or the pod. We have subjects in the future that'll probably be about those things, but that's not what we're kind of centered around, guys. We really want to just remind parents out there that, you have a life, and the 3 of us did meet through the gaming and the streaming, which was super awesome. I was really lucky to meet both of these beautiful ladies on TikTok, which sadly was just banned, unbanned, rebanned, and I guess back for now. I don't know what's going on with all that. But yeah, I mean, just one of those lucky things where I'm scrolling and I've seen some of their videos and I just happen to comment on there, and I think the rest is really history. I'll let you guys tell your side of that story, but I commented on their stuff, just trying to, spread kind of that positive, like, streamer to streamer just kind of vibe. Also it's a networking tool for anybody that's into content creation. It was just out there just like,
I knew
hey,
he was
like,
gonna bring networking.
absolutely. I mean, that's and that I'm gonna tell the truth,
That's the name of the game is what it is.
And but it worked, obviously. I think
I'm so sorry. We're just cutting. There's going to be all sorts of editing
okay.
here. I apologize. It will be a day when I am not having a conversation with Az, and I don't hear the word networking.
I'm sorry. I think I just got lucky too. Is not to put all of our business out there, but Kat lives close by to me, which didn't know at the time, which we found that out a little bit later and was like, oh wow, small world. And then we found out that Crash was not too much farther away from us, and we've had the chances of meeting IRL, hanging out IRL, and getting together and going on all kinds of little adventures together, and that's been super awesome. And you look back at this past year of us being friends, like true friends, and like wow, like all of this from one comment on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Especially watching all our kids play together.
Yeah, that is something really special.
Watching all of our kids play together. They all just turned into a tribe. Just bam.
But it was funny because it's like we got along and we're friends, and the kids, I don't know if they picked that up or, I mean, that's just how well we all vibe. It's just, they were just like, oh yeah, you're cool.
Yep. And then all our spouses as well.
Yeah, especially me and your husbands.
A little
Definitely
too
got
much.
along.
Yeah, that got a little crazy.
A little?
I believe at some point a conversation was had between me and my husband that said something along the lines of he had talked to Aztecan like every day that week and hadn't talked to me like in 2 days.
Yeah, long phone combos. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
will
he
walk
hadn't called
in.
me in 2 days.
So I will walk in on my husband and he's on the phone and just chatting away. And an hour later, I'm like, who are you talking to? Are you talking to your mom? You talking to your dad? Who are you talking to? He's like, I'm talking to Az. And
He's
I'm
talking
like,
to his daddy.
what?
Daddy's
I'm like,
home.
hello, I'm home.
Yeah. Absolutely. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like in real life I definitely struggle to make friends. In the workplace, back in school, whatever. It's just always something like a struggle. And then meeting you two, and then that first instance of meeting your husbands, it was instant. And I definitely was prepared for the worst. In my head, I'm like, okay, they met me online. I'm a dude, you're chicks, right? Obviously. You guys met me online. They like maybe they do, maybe they don't know the conversations. I'm not trying to like assume, but like I know a lot of guys out there are insecure. Like they'd be picking up your phone, like looking. I'm not saying your husbands are doing that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, been there, done that.
Just saying he
Been there,
thinks
had that
he's
happen.
hot.
So I was prepared for like real hostile energy, like real like bro,
Yeah.
like machismo, like what's up, bro? Like I was really just open arms, just absolutely amazing, and I don't know if it's just the way like I walk up to him like, what's up, bro? Like I just don't know what really set the tone, or honestly remembering like the first 5 seconds or I just leave my mind because it feels like we've been friends forever.
Yeah.
It was easier, I think. So obviously, as has stated, we met on TikTok. He had commented. I had done a little Fortnite post with me and my husband, and he commented on it and liked it. And so, like, gave him a follow back. I was like, okay. And then, like Crash said, he just showed up, and I'd been watching some of the games and interacting with him. And I remember I was, because Az streams pretty late at night, so I was laying in bed, I was watching my phone, watching a TikTok stream, and my husband was like, what are you doing? What are you watching? And so he really started watching with me. So by the time that we actually met in person, he felt like he knew you too. So it was really,
That's awesome.
I mean, it was really easy to which I think I was in the bathroom when you came in. So you guys actually met first IRL.
Yeah.
And then I came out and I was like, "Oh, you're already here." And we spent like the first 5 minutes going, "Are we huggers? Are we not huggers? Are
Is
we
this okay? Not okay? Yeah. Awkwardness.
Yeah.
Crash.
Nope. When I met Aztecan's wife, so I was like, that was the first words out of my mouth is, "Girl, I'm a hugger."
That's
she was
true.
like,
Texas
okay.
Bell. Texan. How you say that? Texan Bell? How do you say
Yeah, I guess. Southern Belle.
Well,
Southern Belle.
Southern Bell. There, geez.
Little bit.
I don't know.
Bit.
Texas takes a lot of pride in just being their own thing. We're not
do.
just Southern. We're Texan Southern.
I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those.
she says that, but she shows up to a Texans game in knee-high red boots, all the Texas gear, this giant medallion on.
I was not talking shit, but I definitely leaned back to Kat's husband and was like, this country music writes itself. She's at the game in her high heel red boots. I was like, we're about to get famous,
Metallic.
bro.
About to get famous. Yeah.
So,
and that's actually not even the actual outfit that I bought for the game.
yeah.
I actually had a matching top and tennis skirt.
Oh, wow. I think it was ended up colder that night, huh?
It was
Yeah.
too
It
cold.
was so cold.
So real quick,
It
what
was
we're
so-
referring to is one of the many times that we've all hung out in real life. We all got together, and thanks to Crash's amazing husband, a hardworking man right there, He took us all to a Dallas Cowboys versus Houston Texans game. Like who does that? Like, first off, that's like when, like, honestly, when you guys first pitched me the idea, I was like, they're joking, bro. Like, there's nobody offers tickets to nothing ever, you know? So, but that's what we're referring to right now, guys, is we all got together and just, I don't know, good memory. I think that weekend was probably like one of my top 10, 15 weekends of all time in my life.
Yeah.
You know, just good vibes all weekend, you know, hanging out with friends as adults. You know, I left my children at home. I think you guys did too, right? Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Everybody left their children at home, so it was really
Yeah.
cool because it was like a you know, spouse getaway. Like, we got to hang out with our spouses separately. You know,
Because
and
we're
then
more
hang
than
out.
parent.
More
It
than
was
parents.
it was the perfect reminder that we're more than parents.
Yes.
Is, you know, we had a great day and we all got to puppy love with our spouses without anybody saying, I need to blow my nose, I gotta go potty, mommy, I'm hungry. Poof, what do you need? Poof,
No,
what do you need?
screaming, fighting, arguing. That's mine. That's not yours. It was so great.
I mean, granted, I mean, I might have thrown a couple of bucks on the floor to see a fight break out, but you know.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. No one said that they were hungry. Did anyone hear my husband? That's all he does is like, hey, are we getting something to eat? Like,
he didn't say anything though. He just went and found food like an adult.
it's like, you know,
He
didn't say anything to you guys. Didn't say anything to you guys.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
that's kind of the thing that I do when I do big scenes like that, whether it's a big game or going to Six Flags or something like that. Like, there's usually a general area. We find ourselves an area, and after that, wander. I don't care. If you're hungry, go find food. This is where you come to when you want to find somebody else from the party.
That's smart.
You know, and he who is last at the table, you get to wait till somebody else comes back.
You know.
Yeah.
Somebody's got as long as somebody holds down the fort.
There you go. I don't know how many times I said it to you guys. I don't know how many times I said it to my wife. I'm like, man, I needed this weekend. And honestly, and I hope that your husband Crash doesn't watch this and think I'm saying this negatively, but like, honestly, like, screw the game. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even about being like, honestly, like, you know, I'm a big Cowboys fan. He's a big Houston's fan. It's great. You know, we definitely watched, you know, maybe a full quarter total, maybe, if we were lucky, between everything going on and people needing, you know, this drink refilled, that drink refilled, and him just being an amazing host and me just trying to tag along with him and help him. But just that, like you said, remembering that we're more than just parents, you know, because we come, you know, we go to work, we come home, we take care of people, we make dinner, we clean, we do laundry, whatever it is, 24/7. You know, we're lucky enough that we're also streamers late night, which is really rough on your sleep schedule, body, mind, soul, all that stuff.
We're very tired millennials.
Yeah. And just to be out there and just have that experience, I just kept saying, I was like, man, I needed this. Man, this is amazing. You know, I don't think me and my wife have held hands that much since we first got together. You know?
Yeah.
It's been so great.
I make him do that a minimum of once a year, where we go, whether we go with friends or it's just me and him. I don't care either way. And at least once a year, whether it's our anniversary, my birthday, his birthday, I don't care. But at least once a year, we ditch the kids and go remind ourselves that we're husband and wife.
Right.
I mean, I think that this is a perfect time to segue into Valentine's Day. It's coming up.
Yeah.
Everybody. I don't know if you guys know about this, but here in America, Valentine's Day is celebrated on
February 14th.
I don't know if you know this.
And I don't even really celebrate, so.
I was trying to sit here and think, do other places celebrate it at different times? I guess I don't know. Valentine's Day is celebrated February 14th. So if you haven't got your significant other or something, and that is something that you guys do, reminder.
Nice.
Yeah.
I receive, I do not give.
So
Heyo.
Hey, we'll come back to that for sure. Crash, real quick, you brought up, you said you guys don't celebrate? Like, what do you mean you don't celebrate? Like, you guys just that's just another day to you? You don't even tell each other
Pretty
Happy
much.
Valentine's Day or what? How's
No,
that?
I mean, it's weird. My dad started it when I was really young. My dad always got me and my sisters chocolates. Like my mom always got some jewelry, flowers, and occasionally balloons. And he always made sure that all four of us girls each got a Valentine's from daddy. My first puppy love gave me a little rose. And I don't know, it's just for me, it was just kind of like, okay. It was never special. And so moving forward into my current marriage, we don't really do anything spectacular. He might get me a little something, but he doesn't expect me to get him anything. As a part to, wife favors.
We all
So
know.
we also celebrate the elusive holiday steak and BJ day, and that is March 15th.
Did you just say steak and BJ's?
Steak and BJ day. It's March 15th every year.
I just found out my new favorite holiday and I didn't even know it existed.
My father has always said that Valentine's Day was for the girls, and a month later, the guys have steak and BJ day.
I need to put this in my calendar to make my wife aware of it immediately.
It is real, and so that's pretty much what we've done for the last 10 years and stuff. We go out for a steak dinner on March 15th. Sometimes we take the kids.
So
Because the BJ can come later after the kids go to bed. They don't have to be together. He doesn't have to eat his steak while you blow him.
I prefer to eat my steak not while that happens because I want to enjoy my steak at that moment.
Exactly.
I'm a bigger guy though, so I don't know about the skinny fellas.
You gotta let him enjoy his meat so you can enjoy his later. You don't do it simultaneously.
Aztec is dead.
Broken.
Pull it together.
Should we keep score how many times I break Aztec in?
Oh man, that is so great. I'm in love with that whole idea. I think it's better you leave the kids at home and you get your dessert on the way home, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no. Not that has not come up. It comes up all the time. Roadhead is a topic of conversation on all road trips.
What other reason is there to drive a truck with the center console that lifts up?
Well, his center console doesn't lift up, so.
Oh, he made a bad investment.
And that made a bad investment. I would prefer not to leave my children motherless so that he can get a nut, but that's just me.
No, casual.
I
I
like to wear my seatbelt. I like to make sure my kids are buckled in properly,
Practice safe roadhead.
Helicopter.
I mean, roadway.
Yes. The first one. Yes. I need a sign. Yes.
Practice safe roadhead.
So like when I was little,
warning, explicit content.
My favorite thing is my grandpa would get us all little all the girls. He would get all of his granddaughters those like Russell Strover candy hearts that had the chocolates in it.
Yeah.
And
like
that
the
was
little 4 pieces?
No, like
oh, the big ones.
Like the big ones, he would always go out and get all the girls, all of his granddaughters that for Valentine's Day, and it was always really, really special. And like to me, that was like one of the things that like just can't top that core Valentine's Day memory. But me and my husband, we do celebrate. I mean, we celebrate every year. It's not always like an extravagant, we've been married for 12 years now, almost 13 years. And so no, 12 years. Yeah, we've been married 12 years. Let me think about that. We've been together through like our just out of college, like barely scraping by to like where now, like we both have full-time jobs that we actually get like decent money. So like our Valentine's days have ranged from almost nothing to last year we got Cardinals tickets and we spent a whole weekend in St. Louis. So
without the kids or with the kids?
Without the kids.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
that's
What is
awesome.
your
I
favorite?
guess we're in between. I mean, my wife, we make it all about the kids. It's building those core memories that you're talking about. It's we get all the girls something, and I've had a real struggle with my boys. I'm always like, boys don't get anything, and she's like, no, absolutely, get them a teddy bear, get them chocolates. I'm like, no, because in my head, I'm setting them up to expect that for the rest of their life. And this could be a whole topic on its own, because like as men, typically we don't get anything like that. So I feel like as giving it to them as little boys, I was like, I don't know, I'm just kind of, you know what I mean? I'm just worried about how that's going to affect them later. And she's like, you're crazy. We got to take care of them, or maybe we should be the start of that. I'm like, okay, I can try to get behind that. But I don't know. I always feel weird on Valentine's Day giving them, chocolates or a teddy bear.
Have you thought about taking the boys with you to get mommy's Valentine's
I
gift?
do every year. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then they end up picking out their own crap. So,
Yeah.
which is, honestly, it's just sometimes this is how we do it. But yeah, anytime I do anything, for the girls or for events like that, I always involve the boys so they can, see how it's done, but yeah, it's just a weird thing, but we make it all about them. And then we turn around and, depending on the day of the week, depending on, how everybody's feeling, are we going to do anything this year? I'm stepping it up. She doesn't know about it yet.
Ayo.
I got her tickets to a rock band. It's like like a cover band, I think, or they do like multiple other bands. So
Nice.
it'll be a
Those
fun
are
night.
so much fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's her thing. She's big into punk rock. They're doing all of the punk rock, like all the Blink 182s, all of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
What about when you were a kid, Do you have like any core Valentine's Day memories from a kid?
no, I mean, I think my dad was a very traditional man. Just like no, and as far as the only core memory I think I have is we all went out with family. It was me, my dad, my mom, my sister, a bunch of family. We went out to some shitty Mexican restaurant, and on the way home, we got in a car accident.
Oh,
Somebody didn't stop. They ran into us, and everybody was real bad, like not hurt, but like everybody was like, oh, my neck, like what the hell just hit us, that's the only core memory I have for Valentine's Day, and it's not a great
Wow.
one. But that's all I got. I mean, that is it. I can't remember us doing anything. I can't remember people exchanging anything. I have another core memory of my mom always complaining, like it'd be nice to have flowers, and her never receiving any until maybe a couple days later when they were on sale. So
I gotta say, my favorite holiday is actually the day after Valentine's Day, which is 50% off chocolate.
that's amazing.
I mean,
But
it's a pretty good day. It's a pretty good day.
It's a pretty good day.
so
It's a good day to stock up.
as far as doing anything like lovey-dovey, I mean, that's it. I mean, we definitely try to be, a little extra during our alone time after the kids go to bed, and maybe light a candle or two and run a bath or do something special that way, but
Put on stockings.
yeah, oils and weird things, and yeah.
No, we gave the oils up in our 20s. We're over that.
We're gonna get content like warning.
Hey, 18 explicit. It's gonna allow all of that.
18 explicit. Well,
This is an adult podcast.
let's switch it over. Tell me about your first Valentine's Day with your spouse.
Crash.
I don't remember much.
Is that because you just don't remember because there was a lot of drinking?
Possibly. Actually.
I got you, girl.
I do know that him and one of his closest friends, who was at the time our roommate, they were at Walmart, and he saw this giant teddy bear, and he looked at our roommate and he was like, man, I've always wanted to buy one of those, and you know what, my girl deserves one, and he bought it for me.
Nice.
And I still have it. Both of my children have gone through their phases of owning it, and the poor guy has, more holes than he should. and I named him Sancho, and he was so big. When I put him on the couch, I could actually lay like on him with his arms and his feet under and shit, and lay on the couch and fucking play video games comfortably. Like,
No, like with him hugging you, like little spooning you.
yes.
Yeah.
So while my husband was at work, I would lay on the couch, and I would send him pictures of me and Sancho. Which the Sancho thing also rolls into the fact that my husband is a veteran, and I could be wrong, but I do believe that Sancho is the man that runs off with your wife while you're overseas, or Jody.
What?
They call it
for-
Joe. They call him Jody.
I know in Spanish, Sancho means like it'd be like if you were talking to a female,
Mhm.
it would refer to her side piece.
Ah,
That's
yeah.
what a,
well,
that's
there
what
you
a
go.
Sancho would be in Spanish.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know about army or none of that, but
I am so
That's what it is.
using that word from now on. Oh,
So-
man. Anytime my husband's around and he says something about as, I'm gonna be like, "That's my Sancho."
hey,
Do it.
And then
Do
obviously,
it.
if you want to talk to a
Underneath in
male,
my phone.
if you want to talk to a male and make it like his female side piece, you just Sancha, just the A at the end instead of the O.
Sancha.
But yeah, I'm like 99.9% like that's what that means in Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's how it happened. I'm telling you, I'm almost positive that we stayed up till 6 o'clock in the morning that night eating pizza, drinking beer, and other
Yes.
extracurricular activities, playing Risk with our
Oh.
roommates.
Okay.
I'm almost positive that that's how the four of us decided we were going to celebrate. Is we camped out at the dining room table and we played a game of Risk that we put on pause at 6 o'clock in the morning because we
When she said the four of us, I thought that was going a completely different way. I was like,
my husband didn't sign the
"That's a
waiver.
hell of a first Valentine's Day."
Yeah,
What do you mean you don't remember that?
that wasn't my first Valentine's Day. Actually, my first Valentine was actually my best friend General. Her older brother was my first Valentine, and he brought me I believe a single rose and a little bitty tiny with the 4 chocolates in it or something.
Nice.
My mother has a picture of us sitting on the couch, and I'm holding the chocolates and the rose, and I'm like this. I didn't want to take a picture. I didn't want to take a picture.
Oh, okay, because the picture.
I was embarrassed.
Right.
You know, at the time, me and General weren't really friends because her and my younger sister were actually the same age. I was the same age as her older brother, and I was friends with him and his best friend. And you know, the three of us, we kind of musketeered for quite a few years in elementary, and it was weird. One of my best friends showed up, and I was just one of the boys, and he showed up with a rose and chocolates, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
Yeah.
But he was sweet on me at the time. It didn't last long. My reaction friend zoned him hardcore to the point of where his younger sister and I got close instead. Now him and I like never talk. and I'm on the phone with his sister every day.
You know,
Right.
it happens.
Matt, what
As
about you? Oh no.
Are you want me to go?
No, I want
you want me to
go.
go?
Yeah.
Do you remember the
remember-
first little Valentine you gave away?
The
Not you, him.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, when I was in like 3rd grade, I had a
Oh.
Valentine and I got her because I think at that time we had just had like a book fair type deal and it was Valentine theme and all that. So I got her like a heart pencil with a little heart eraser on it, and I got her what it means to say I love you book, which was like way too advanced for that age. Like, why the fuck did I ever buy that? You know. Which funny if you fast forward, not relating to Valentine's Day. Me and her actually reconnected actually right before I married my wife. Before I dated my wife, let me put that there. Before I dated my wife, and we actually got back together in my late after school, like after I graduated.
Oh
So
wow.
she was my last girlfriend again. So it was my first girlfriend ever, and then she was my last girlfriend before I got married. So
What?
yeah,
Full circle.
yeah, weird. And
I have an aunt that had that her first husband was also her sixth husband.
Jesus. But I think we realized pretty quick because I think we were only together for I think 6 months. And I think we realized, you know, in that fifth and sixth month was like there's nothing here, you know, and yeah. And then stroll in literally like 2 days after a breakup. Here strolls in my wife. Well, not at the time wife, but you know, I met her for the first time ever. I was like, God damn, look at that. Still do that today, but you know.
How do you feel?
The way I met my husband is a whole story on its own. That came full circle the last time I worked at the bar.
There you
It
go.
was weird. It was weird. The bartender that allowed him and I to meet randomly came in the bar. I haven't seen her in like 10 years.
That's the real reason she was late to playing Lockdown Protocol.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was wild. It was wild.
I don't think that I remember my first like Valentine. I'm sure it was
I think I was like 6, so.
Yeah, I'm sure it was like a boy who liked me in high school or something like that.
In high school.
Yeah,
I was early.
dude. So I mean like I had some like hormonal stuff going on. Like I didn't like my hair wouldn't grow for the longest time, which is crazy because I have a crap ton of it now. So like I had like a bowl cut until I was in like 7th grade.
I can see why you didn't get a Valentine till then. Yeah, got it. I understand now.
It was terrible.
Sorry.
I had the bob with bangs when I was 7, but
it was a full like I'll find a picture somewhere and we can like insert it. Yeah, full blown just like bowl haircut until like 7th grade. So like I'm sure it was like, you know, like we got like class Valentines. If I'm gonna guess, I'm not gonna like dox his name or anything, but I do think I probably know who my first Valentine's was. I just don't remember like what he got me or anything, but I can.
But you remember who it was?
I remember who it was. You know, that puppy love, like your first, like, oh my gosh, we're gonna actually have a relationship more than a week in school. You're gonna hold my hand.
In front of other people?
Yeah, I remember who it was, but I don't remember necessarily what he got me. Probably something, you know, candy. I don't think flowers, but probably something along the lines of chocolate.
Just typical.
I do, however, have a really funny story about me and my husband's first Valentine's.
Let's hear it.
So me and my husband, we had met previously, but not like really. So like the first time like we actually exchanged numbers, it was very late January. So like I'm gonna say like January 30th, you know. So like we're chatting and all that, and Valentine's Day, of course, is like 2 weeks later. So I'm like, like, you know, like I think we'd been on like a date or something. I think he asked me like, "Hey, you want to go get dinner for Valentine's Day?" And I was like, "Sure, like that's fine." But I went back and forth on if I wanted to get him something, and I ended up not getting him something because
shame be thy name.
And well, I didn't, you know, like we hadn't been talking that long, like
yeah, and you didn't like expect anything from him, did you? Like
no,
so, like, why
not
would you?
at all. Right? Well, and I was kind of honestly like, if you're gonna invite me to like Valentine's Day dinner, I kind of think that's what our Valentines are gonna be, right? Like we're just gonna go to dinner, we're gonna have a good time, you know,
have a nice date, have a nice night.
Right.
Date. We're still getting to know each other. There's no need to get gifts involved. My husband showed up with a gift. Well, he wasn't. I mean, but yeah, he showed up with a gift. I still have it. I have it here. I have it here with me, and I will show you guys. It is if you know me, this is so not me.
Well, he didn't know you, so that's fair.
Yeah, not know me, but I still have it. It is a door hanger, and it's red zebra print that says "Wild Thing."
Oh,
this little heart.
I just want to say like how terrible of a choice that is for a gift for somebody you've only been dating for maybe 3 weeks tops at this point.
Wild thing.
That is what was he thinking? I'm texting him later. What the that man had no game.
So yeah, he got me this. I think there was, like a flower or chocolate involved. Obviously I
Okay.
don't still have that, but this I didn't throw it away because it was our, obviously I ended up marrying him a couple months later.
Oh, he had a lot of game. He had a lot of game.
Yeah.
I
He's
retract.
adorable. He's adorable. She couldn't help it.
I mean, yeah, so I felt really guilty that I didn't get this man a gift. He, he got me a gift. He took me to a nice dinner. So my first gift to my husband was I put out for the first time.
I stand corrected. He had a shit ton of game.
I was like, "Oh, you're going to buy me dinner and give me a gift? I didn't get you shit."
Ta-da!
I wore
So-
matching
What?
Hey, hey,
Come to Bruce Almighty.
I wore matching bras and panty sets, and in the girl world, that's
Okay,
yes.
So you were planning on it already.
Yes.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. Whether we planned to do it or not, that shit matched because you never knew.
you never know.
You never do. That shit
Yeah.
starts young. I started doing that shit at 15. I didn't
Oh
even
my
lose my
God.
virginity until I was 18.
You were
Texted me,
prepared.
you know,
You
he's
were
like-
prepared.
He goes, I feel like you guys are talking about me. I just got like 3 laughy faces on a text from him.
So, backtracking on what I said, so he definitely knew what he was doing with that gift.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
a perfect gift.
I mean, it definitely.
Be my wild thing.
She
I'm
took
trying
it
to
as
see
a
that
challenge.
wild thing. Yeah.
Yeah, she took it as a challenge. She was
I was
like,
like,
"Wild
okay.
thing, huh? I'll
That's
show you wild."
amazing. Wow. I think me and my wife started dating, summertime. So we had, pretty good base by the time our first Valentines came around. And I got her one of those forever roses. She still has it. It's gold and with purple petals. It's got that purple stuff on there.
Aw.
So she has that. She loves that. And because the one thing I always hated about roses is like you buy them, they're expensive, and then they're gone after 2 weeks, maybe, if you're lucky, if you take care of them.
Yeah.
So I got her the forever rose and chocolates and dinner and all that stuff because back then, nobody to have to take care of, to have to rush her on somewhere else, So we went out and we did all that and had fun. I think we did bowling, movie. We did it all. We just tried to really enjoy our time together, and because we both work full time back then, we still do, but back then it was like overtime hours.
Yeah.
Nobody at home to worry about until we started really getting serious, and then we're like, all right, no more overtime. Let's go hang out. Let's go hang out. So
Let it all hang out.
and then now it's again, it's
Be
just
wild
like
things.
yeah. Now it's just like if we do so my anniversary is in January, right? So we just had our anniversary. And this year was a lot better. And I think that's because we're talking about it. We're actually doing some light marriage counseling, not because I feel like we need it, but just because we want to understand each other better, kind of understand where we're sitting now with each other and stuff like that. And it's really helped out. So I definitely recommend it to anybody that's thinking about it. But we forced ourselves to go and leave the kids at home. And then about halfway through the dinner, we looked at each other and we're like, I miss my babes. So we cut dinner short, took it to go, and came back home to be with the kids. Which is one of my biggest complaints in the therapy. But I knew that's what she was feeling, and I started feeling it because I knew that's what she was feeling. So I looked at her and I made that move. And I was like, "Let's go home," because I knew this. I knew she was feeling guilty. That parent guilt of having fun.
Having dinner somewhere
Yeah.
and not having the kids. Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I don't know about you guys, but when it's as a streamer or content creator, when it's some kind of big anniversary and I got to be here early, or I don't have to be, right? But I choose to be here early. That parent guilt hits when I know my kids are awake and I'm in here doing something. It hits hard. So, that helped me understand what she was feeling. So, But yeah, so that's all we ever do. So, but this year I got her tickets. I already talked to her mom. I was like, hey, you got to watch the kids this day. But we're leaving. Like, we're going to go see the concert. You know, don't tell her. It's already prepped
Don't
her
tell
mom
her.
for it.
It's a secret.
Yeah.
I have no idea what we're going to do for Valentine's Day this year. I have not planned anything.
Mm-hmm. Shame.
More than likely, my husband is probably working on Valentine's Day. So,
What day is Valentine's Day on this year?
I've not looked.
like, what day of the week? I have no
What day of
idea.
the week? Let's find out.
Probably some terrible day because we all work. We're all working folk.
Ugh, it's a Friday.
Friday, so
That's
my hubby will
good.
be home.
Mm,
Mine won't. Mine's off on Sundays.
It's a stream day for me. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it is, but
Friday.
I mean, maybe I should give him like a free pass to go filming. Since we're just meeting everyone, my husband also does filmmaking on the side.
So yeah, for
maybe
the
I should
listeners,
just
so you
do
got to
that.
explain that one because they're like,
Well,
"What are you
maybe-
filming?"
Maybe I'll just give him a free pass to go film one of his fun movies, probably with this guy right here.
I'm always down. So yeah. So why is Valentine's even a thing? Like, how the hell did that even start? Like, why did somebody decide, all right, you got to love your person this day? Such a weird, like, it's cold. Like, what a weird time. You know what I mean?
The chocolate company.
I actually took a little bit. I did some prep work and had that answer already ready.
Okay.
Um,
I figured you
so
would.
A+.
you know, I try. Let me turn my phone around here because I'm gonna read it if you guys don't mind.
That's fine. Accuracy is
So
key.
the roots of Valentine's Day are often. I should have looked how to say this. I should have looked up how to say this. The roots of Valentine's Day are traced to Lupercalia.
Sounds good to me.
It's a pagan festival held in ancient Rome. And then with Christian influence, like everything, they're like, oh, that's pagan. Let's make that Christian. They linked it to St. Valentine's Day. And then, you know, we have the modern day celebrations. In England, like in the 18th century, it was common for people to like do small gifts and handwritten notes. And then, yeah, it came to commence to what it is today with, you know, a significant celebration of affection, romance. Also, some interesting statistics for you both is Valentine's Day is the second largest card giving holiday with about 145 million cards exchanged.
Wow.
I'm
And
not helping
about
that statistic.
Me either.
I actually already I do have my husband a card. 250 million roses are grown for Valentine's Day annually.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder how many are wasted out of that.
I keep mine. If anytime my husband has given me like an actual rose, I've kept it and like dried it.
I used to do that, and then my husband said that I was turning into a hoarder. So,
well, so in this past year, actually I think it's been the past 2 years, something really my husband had kind of a really good idea, but also like TikTok. My husband has been making me Lego flowers the last 2 years. And I have them all in my office.
Like at work?
Yeah, I do. I have them at work. He made me, if you've seen Little Shop of Horrors, he's made Aubrey 2.
nice.
There's a little Aubrey and it opens its mouth.
That's
And-
awesome.
Yeah, and then I have like this really pretty flower set. And when he bought it, it's just the flowers. It didn't have a vase. So he went and got like from Dollar Tree, went and got a little terracotta pot with the what's that stuff called where you put it in and it'll make your flowers stand up?
The foam?
Yeah, the flower foam.
Yeah.
He got that and got like fake glass or grass. He got fake. He went and got a little terracotta pot and then the flower foam, like fake grass and like little string lights and painted the terracotta pot in purple because purple is my favorite color. Set all of that up. He layered the grass on top of the foam so it actually looks like it looks clean. And then yeah, it has like a little light switch and all the flowers light up. I have it in my
That's
office still.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
Those
like
are the best gifts.
yeah, it was, I mean, total, I think he probably spent $20 on it, like 10, maybe 12, 13 on the actual flowers themselves. And then, he, like I said, I think he just went to Dollar Tree and got just that little stuff. But that little stuff made it so much more. And to me, I love that kind of like the time that he puts into that. That's what's really meaningful for me.
Exactly. That's what I was about
Absolutely.
to say. We don't have analytics. This is literally our first freaking episode, but I assume we're going to have a female dominant audience that watches these. So for any fellas out there, hopefully we can make this into a short form clip or something that you guys see. That's the whole key to Valentine's Day right there. It's not how much you spent. It's not how much you did as far as like multiple gifts. It's the care and attention to detail and time that you put into whatever gift. They see that, as Kat just mentioned, that's what she valued most out of that. I think a lot of guys stress out and we want to go spend like $500, $600, $800 on if you can on whatever, and you try to dazzle them with all the jewelries and all that. And there are some girls out there that are, they have to have the jewelry. They're just like that. At times, and I'm not talking bad about nobody, but you got to question what their intentions of that relationship are, where their heart really is. If the jewelry is important, but I think that shows Kat's real love for her husband is the time and respect and love of that gift. So that's super awesome to hear.
Not keeping this dinky thing 10 years, 11, 12, however long we've been together. We've been together since 2013. You do the math. I've kept that. I kind of like him.
Just a little bit.
Paquito.
Just a little bit.
Well, guys, I hope anybody listening got anything out of this, if not just pure enjoyment of hearing other adults going through the same trials and tribulations of life as you. Again, guys, the focus of the future of this podcast is to kind of help people kind of maybe unwind and maybe not feel so alone, as parents especially. Is just like, okay, these guys are married, they're parents, but they're still living a life. We have stories to tell with each other and our friendships and things that we do. So that is the goal here. So if you guys liked this first episode, make sure you follow along on whatever prospective platform you're listening or watching this on. And we have more to come. We have a lot of ideas, content ideas. We'll talk about relationships and children's and our views on, how we parent and how we deal with each other's spouses. Not necessarily I deal with them, but how they deal with their own. This has been the More Than Parents podcast. Guys, we're super excited to bring this out to the world. We hope to see you guys in our next episode. Much love.